How to select the right residence permit application on the basis of employment. Are you coming to work in Finland? If you come from outside the EU, you need a residence permit to live and work in Finland. You can apply for a residence permit on the basis of employment if you have confirmed employment in Finland. The easiest way to apply for a residence permit is to use the Enter Finland online service. If you are a citizen of a member state of the European Union, Iceland, Liechtenstein, Norway or Switzerland, you do not need a residence permit. However, you must apply for registration of the right of residence if you intend to stay in Finland for more than 90 days. What is the right application for you? When selecting the application that is right for you, take into account the requirements of different permit types and the attachments needed for them. Check, for example, whether you need a certain kind of education or training. What is the requirement for sufficient financial resources applied to the residence permit? i.e., what is the minimum income you need to earn? Whether you are able to submit all necessary attachments to your application. Please note that your employer must almost always supplement your application with such information as terms of employment. The easiest way to do this is online, in Enter Finland for Employers. In other words, the factors affecting which is the right permit to choose may include your future work tasks, the pay you receive for the work, and your employment history and educational background. If you cannot find a permit suitable for you based on this information, apply for the residence permit for an employed person. There are more than 20 different work permits, and there is a separate information page for each application on our website, migri.fi/coming-to-Finland-for-work/applications. If necessary, you can use our application finder to find the right application, migri.fi/I-want-to-apply. Residence permit for an employed person. Of all the residence permits based on employment, the residence permit for an employed person is the one that is most often applied for. A residence permit for an employed person may involve labour market testing. It means that the TE office will first establish if there is available labour force within a reasonable time in Finland or within the EU EEA for the employee's work in question. In addition to conducting labour market testing, the TE office makes a partial decision on the application, as part of which the TE office checks, among other things, whether you have sufficient financial resources, whether the terms of employment comply with the regulations and collective agreements, whether your work is temporary or continuous, whether your employer has met its obligations as an employer. After the partial decision, the Finnish Immigration Service will make a final decision on the matter. A residence permit for an employed person allows you to work in the professional field for which the residence permit was issued. General fields for the residence permit for an employed person include the social and healthcare sector, the construction sector, the cleaning sector, and the restaurant sector. Read on our website what attachments and information you need for a residence permit application for an employed person. Your employer must also provide information for the residence permit application for an employed person, such as the terms of employment. migri.fi/residence permit for an employed person. Does the residence permit for an employed person not sound right for you? Do you have a higher education degree and you are working as a specialist or highly skilled worker? An appropriate application for you may be a residence permit for a specialist or an EU Blue Card. If you have your own company, you can apply for a residence permit for an entrepreneur. Or if you are setting up a startup company, you can apply for a residence permit for a startup entrepreneur. If you have completed a degree or research in Finland, you can apply for a permit for a person who has completed a degree or research in Finland. If you have resided in Finland with a residence permit for a student or researcher, a residence permit to look for work may also be suited for you. If you are coming to Finland to do seasonal work in agriculture or tourism, get familiar with seasonal work permits. Get also acquainted with other residence permits based on employment on our website and see the application finder to see what would be a suitable residence permit for you. migri.fi/I want to apply. For more information, visit migri.fi/coming to Finland for work.